Boom. We want this good old compost tea right here in Zone 9B in Florida, right outside of town. Bugs and all that love is in the air. The love bugs is in the air, okay? And they're gonna be good right here in this good old fresh. All right. Okay, also, so the broccoli. Gotta have some collards, baby, some collards. As you can see, we done went and got Miss Bunny, okay? And Miss Bunny got cabbages for us. And what up, everybody? It's me, Mike, here at the Urban Homestead, and this is part 2, okay, of the fall planting. Okay, yes, we're gonna get these tomatoes into the ground. I got 2 beefsteaks, and I think I got a better boy over here that we're gonna get into the ground, back in those same spots, okay, where the tomato hornworms that pretty much tore those jokers up earlier before we went on the cruise, and plus they was looking pitiful, so I went ahead and dug those jokers up, and we're gonna make sure we try to protect these a lot better this go around, okay? Just remember in the last video we did all the papaya, the blueberry, the olives, also the grapefruit and the rose, and also the Florida natives and stuff, and the mum. Also we put that pineapple head into the ground, but in this particular video, like I said, we're gonna do the tomatoes, and also we're gonna put some of that butter crunch lettuce and also the romaine lettuce into the ground, and those other bell peppers. I got a red, a yellow, and a green bell pepper, and I got a mini bell pepper that we're gonna get into the ground as well. And then if we can, I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze in that 1 strawberry plant to add to the other strawberries that we have over here, and see can we get some, okay, this year, because they ain't really do too hot, but I think it was just too hot, okay? So yeah, go ahead and stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and prop this camera up. But real quick, if you've been following the channel, I wanna show y'all, okay? Yes, the 3-tier worm composter. If you've been watching this channel since the very beginning, you saw that I built this from scratch or whatnot, and we've been adding scraps to it from the very beginning. We also added some live worms to it. I wanna show y'all what's going on, okay? So go ahead and get in to it. Go ahead and build you one, get you one too into that dang on video, because it is very helpful, okay? So this is it right here. So this is our 3-tier worm composter. Never mind the 4th bucket, because we just added that one. We're trying to put some stuff out of the way, but it actually helped because we kept this outside, and so it kept the heat off of the bottom, so it kept the worms and everything alive. As you can see, we got the holes and stuff right there, and on top here we got our scraps in here. Scraps, little maggots and things or whatnot. So that's top tier right there that we got. And then if you look right down in here, boom, this is fresh, good compost. Y'all see them worms down there? Y'all see them worms? They done retreated. Yes, the worms have retreated. Okay, and then I'm gonna show y'all this right here, what you really want out of this whole scenario. Boom. We want this good old compost tea right here, baby. Let me tell you something. We're gonna add these to the tomatoes, and it's gonna be all good. Okay. Get you some good old compost tea. I know people got them old nice fancy ones with this nice little 5-gallon bucket, okay, that we use. It's doing just fine, okay? I will put the link in the description box where we got the worms and stuff below, and also the link to that particular video. Yes, sir. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into these tomatoes. We're gonna add a little bit of that juice to it. Get it going. Get it going. And that's gonna be that right there, okay? Now this is where we're going to be putting the tomatoes at. As you can see, Miss Black Cream here, she got a couple of blooms on here. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put Miss Big Boy right there. Lemon Boy is still holding on, holding strong. We got to prop her up. Then we're going to put a little gate around her. Okay? And then also our other beefsteak over there. Okay? So yeah, that's what's gonna be going on in this bed. We're gonna put these right back over here, try to protect them a little bit better. As you can see, we got the alliums, got the dill growing around it, and also the basil, so we can try to add a little bit of protection to the tomatoes, keep them away from the hornworms. Also, we got some marigold. We rooted those jokers, and it's been good to go. Okay, so yeah, like I said, go ahead and stay tuned. And we're going to get these into the ground right now, okay? Yeah, so as you can see, we're going to go ahead and get these into the ground, okay? Right back in the same spots. I ain't going to switch it up or nothing like that right there. I just feel like that, you know, maybe I may have pruned them back too much and just too much sunlight at that time. So we're going to keep the same formula here, okay? After we get these to the ground, I'm going to put some of that good old compost tea, okay, all over this right here. And hopefully we can get this whole bed a nice little sprout, you know what I'm saying, get it going, okay? So there we go. We got all 3 tomato plants into the ground. So that's that right there. Okay, let's move on over here to the bell peppers that I got in the back. We're gonna put on these 5 and 10 gallon grow bags. I think it's like a 5, a 7, and a 10. So yeah, we're gonna do it just like that right there. Okay, so whatever. All right, we're gonna try to prop this one up over here. The lemon boy, to keep it from being diseased and everything. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. We over here in the corner. Lord, all the dang on love bugs and all that love is in the air. The love bugs is in the air, okay? And if you're not from Florida, the love bugs is something that comes around usually around March, April, and then they return again around like September, October. They were supposed to be created to, I guess, eradicate the mosquito problem down here, but instead what they did after they was grafted in the lab, they end up just clinging onto each other. So now we call them the love bugs, and they can be very aggravating. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you on that, but yeah, so the love bugs is out here and they all over. They like to get on your windshield and all that stuff. So if you come into Florida this time of the year, go ahead and be ready to stop by a little gas station and squeegee off your windshield, and also all types of stuff just, like I said, just flying around in your face at this time of year, okay? Maybe not the most harmful insects, okay? They're supposed to be beneficial, but, you know, they can be aggravating if nothing else, okay? As you can see right here, we got our mini bell here. Also, we got our red bell, and then we have our yellow bell pepper. I'm going to get some of these weeds out of these bags here, and then we're going to till these jokers over, put a little bit of the cow manure in there, compost, and then we're gonna get these jokers in the ground, okay, and go from there, okay? Lord, this sweet potato. I think I ended up cutting her in the with the grass, but I might can root this girl. We're gonna save her, okay? We're gonna root her. It's a lot of crabgrass in these bags, so that's what I'm trying to remove out of the way. And then try to remove some of these little cedar pine chips, so we're not getting that in the pots. I'm gonna have to research something because I heard that pine chips can rob your plants of nutrients. Now, I'm not so sure how true that is, but I'm gonna have to do my little research, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you hear stuff, you got to kind of do a little digging, okay? So yeah. Can't never take something at face value, you know what I'm saying? So always do your own research, even whenever you out here listen to some people on YouTube, because I don't know everything. So if y'all listen to me, you know, it may work for me, it may not work for you in your zone. I'm here in Zone 9B in Florida, right outside of Tampa. So, you know, it is what it is. Our weather is pretty much good all the time. We get a lot of rain between, I would say like June all the way through like now. All the way through November, really, because it's like hurricane season. But yeah, you know, our weather is pretty much fit for all types of growing. It just gets really hot in the summertime, so you know, a lot of the crops get stunted and stuff. This is our first year growing in the summer, So, like I said, you know, we had a lot of ups and downs that come with being in the garden. So, it is what it is. We're going to keep learning. We're going to keep growing, you know what I'm saying? Growing and showing. Okay? And that's just what it is. We got our Roby one right here. We're going to go ahead and seal this joke open. As a matter of fact, let me put a little bit of this, a little bit of that in there. That right there. And then we got Miss Aloe Vera here. We're gonna put her in a little 5-gallon over here. Let me get these weeds back here. So here we go. We have our yellow bell pepper here. Not root bound at all, it's pretty good. So we got our bell peppers planted. We still got one over there, but I'm gonna put the big green bell pepper in the 15-gallon pot because I really want to get a good production out of it. Okay, these went into 7-gallon, 10-gallon pots, but the other one put in the 15-gallon because we eat a lot of bell peppers and I want them to get big, lush, and full. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and stay tuned. But go ahead and get to this butter crunch and stuff over here, and also the cabbage. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put those, but I think I know where a good spot is going to be. Okay. So as you can see, it's decided to start to rain out here, and so I'm gonna have to finish this in a whole another video. So it's gonna all be part of part 2, but just know that we got rain. Okay, and we'll get to that whole fertilization and everything like that right there. The plants is getting water that we already planted just today, and everything is all good. Okay, even in the bell peppers, they're gonna be good right here in this good old fresh. All right. Okay. Okay. So what's up, everybody? We're back today from the video that we had the other day. You know, we got rained out pretty much, and so we're here today with the worm casting compost tea, and yeah, this has pretty much been brewing for like the past several months since like we first started the channel when I first built this. So about 3 months worth of tea has been collected in here. What we're gonna do right now is actually pour it into here, and then we're going to mix it with a little bit of rainwater and also some of my fish tank water in there, and so we can have the, you know, fish fertilizer to go with it as well with the worm castings, and go from there. We're gonna put over our tomatoes and also our blueberries and other crops out here as well. So that's what we got going on right now. So what I'm gonna do right here is pour it in here so you all can kind of see what's going on. All right, and this is probably something like the best fertilizer that we can actually ask for here. And I see a little bit of the worm castings in there and all that, and like I said, we're gonna dilute this in here and pretty much sprinkle it so everybody can get a little bit, okay, in the garden. And then also we're going to plant some of the brassicas too in these cups here in a little bit, so we'll get to that. And we're gonna get to planting this butter crunch and also romaine lettuce over here in one of the raised beds. Recording. Oh my god. So yeah, so I'm back out here right now. I got the fish tank water or whatnot because why? It's about time to change the filters and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, we could put some of this good nitrogen-rich water into the crops and everything, along with the compost tea here. So pretty much what I'm going to do is mix this in here. And then we're going to mix the fish water in there. And then I will get some rainwater in a second. So that's that right there. And so right now we're gonna actually move right along because I'm gonna water all that whenever we get done with all of this, okay? I'm gonna move right along to the planting of the brassicas and everything like that right there. Hold on, am I in this camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna move right along. You hear my cameraman, it's so funny. 'Cause I feel like
Girls Gone Wild, Girls Gone Wild.
okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to break all of this up. Anyway.
Of course.
Okay, so we're gonna move right along with the brassicas because I want to go ahead and get these into these cups here, and I want you to note that the cups have like a hole that I drilled in the bottom, and this is what we started a lot of the plants from last year, like the eggplants and a couple of the pepper plants over there. We started them right from these cups, and so we're pretty much gonna do just the same this year. Just drill a hole in the bottom, have your other cup as like a little holster there, and then you just put your peat moss, you know what I'm saying, seed start and blend like what we got here into your cups. And pretty much the blend that we have is this Jiffy's all organic. As you can see, the bag was ripped, so we got it for a little discounted. And then also it's a little leftover black cow from those crops that I just told you about, and also some Miracle Grow from in there as well. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the dwarf kale, curled kale, also the broccoli. Gotta have some collards, baby, some collards, okay? And then we're gonna do some lacinato kale as well. And I was gonna plant some cabbage, but we also already have some cabbage transplants over there, so we're not gonna even worry about that. We'll probably plant 1 or 2 of those today and try to succession plant those in the other beds, okay, as time progresses. All right. So right now, I have our peat moss mix here. Like I said, it's nothing but some Miracle Grow, and just a little bit of black cow in there. Like I said, it's some old stuff from earlier this year. I said, let me just add the new Jiffy on there. So what we're gonna do is this right here. We're gonna take all these cups and we're going to put our peat moss seed start and blend in here. And this is what we're gonna use to get all these seeds started, so we can dang on succession plant all these brassicas throughout the fall. And some people may be like, oh, it's too late. We live in zone 9B, Florida. It's never really too late, especially this time of year, because we still hitting 100-degree, heat index. So, we can pretty much plant all year round. And that's what I really like about living in Florida, is that we don't really have to change our growing seasons or whatnot like that. Everything is pretty much warm all year, so you can kind of plant year round. It's just in the summertime we just can't really do it like that because the heat be pounding. So that's why I think next year we're gonna try shade cloth out, and I think we're gonna be good to go. Okay. So now that we got all of our cups filled with the pre-seed mixture and whatnot, we're gonna wet this, because a lot of times the seeds will start to float on top. So if we go ahead and wet this pre-mixture, it'll actually settle in pretty good. And sometimes you can pour some on top and then also some in the bottom cup here, because it'll help absorb a lot better on the bottom and absorb from the bottom up. And so I think sometimes that's a lot better, because it allows the water to settle in a lot more allows the dirt to settle in a lot more with the water, instead of it just floating on top and you having all this residue, or potentially it's spilling over or something like that right there. Okay. So I'm gonna do just that. Okay, so yeah, here we go. I got the butter crunch and also the romaine lettuce that we're gonna plant right here. I'm only gonna plant like 3 of these, or actually probably like 2 and 2, and then we'll probably put like a head of cabbage over here off to the side. So yeah, as you can see right here, I done had to go get the whole bench because my knees is not right, okay? All this squatting and bending and all this, that, and the third. So yeah, we got the butter crunch lettuce here, and we also got the romaine lettuce. And we're gonna plant probably like 2, maybe 3 of these in here, and then maybe a cabbage head, okay? As well, as you know, we've got the white radish icicles, white icicle radishes back here, and so we got those going. They got about another 15 days before they should be ready to harvest, but we're gonna go ahead and see what's happening with that whenever time comes. But in the meantime, we're going to get these planted so we can start succession planting all the brassicas and stuff that we're going to plant over here today in the cups, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and get some of these into the ground. I think this is 8 to 10 inches apart for the butter crunch, and I think the romaine has 10 to 18 inches apart. So we'll try to space these accordingly. Of course, we're gonna try to fit as much as possible as we can in here, but you know, we'll see what we come out with. Okay. Got our holes dug out. Looks like I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes here. So we're gonna go ahead and plant like 3 butter crunches and 2 romaines, okay? Pretty healthy, no root bound activity. We didn't really break up too much here, so I think we're gonna be good. And the one good thing about lettuce is that it has like really shallow roots, and so you don't have to worry about planting it so deep. So as you can see, we got our 3 butter crunch lettuces, which is really good for like sandwiches and stuff, and also like your romaine lettuce, which is really good for like Caesar salads and, you know, just chopped salads in general. And so we got these here. Hopefully these can grow up to be real big and lush, you know. So yeah, get these a little water with our rain point, okay, a little rain point. You can see we done went and got Miss Bunny, okay? And Miss Bunny got cabbages for us. And so we about to put 2 of these cabbages in here. Now they supposed to be 24 inches apart. I don't know why I said feet. 24 inches apart. So this is like a, what is it, a 4x2? Something like that, 4x1, something like that right there. Bed, I think it's a 4x2. And so yeah, we're gonna get these on to the ground. 2 of these, and then we'll, as the beets and everything come up, we'll pull these out, and then plant some other stuff like that in between. It can be shaded out, like some herbs and things like that, or whatever. That way we can get a good head start on the cabbages. We can be able to get some good old coleslaw and stuff for the Thanksgiving. Also maybe some kimchi, try that out for the first time, you know, or some good old fried cabbage, okay? Yeah, so let's go ahead and get 2 of these joints, and then we're gonna succession plant these out probably a week from now in the other new bed that we're gonna put over in the corner, okay? Now I want you all to take note how we got the beets already in here, but you can actually plant things in between the beets and the radishes. A lot of times people like to plant beets as, like, you know, little intermingled crops and stuff in between. So that's pretty much what we're doing right here. There was nothing really germinated back here, so that was the reason why I decided to go ahead and use this space. This whole little area did not really germinate, and then this area right here, it had like a nice little mist germination patch. So that's the reason why we're going to go ahead and plant these right here and get a jump start on our cabbage, okay? So there we go. We got Miss Bunny cabbage all up into the ground, okay? So we can be good, okay? We'll get those watered, like I said, run the rain point again, the irrigation system, that way it can be able to get its nice little water nutrients and things of nature, okay? And we also gonna put some of the compost tea over there on these crops as well, that way we can give them a little nitrogen, a little fertilizing boost as well, okay, of organic matter. Pretty much got all the things watered and all that. All the peat moss is kind of settled in with the water at the bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and put the collards, okay? Get the collards in here. I think I wanna do 2 of these as collards, because the collards, what I realized last year, is they get really like big. I mean, really big. But the good thing about it is that we like them, and also our turtles like them. So the turtles really like the brassicas, and so that's one of the reasons why we want to plant some of those, because they really like the leafy greens versus them eating shrimp and stuff all the time or whatnot. Excuse me. Plus on top of that, me and Delvin, I done finally, you know what I'm saying, made the right collard green recipe, you know what I'm saying, to my liking, because I ain't never really liked them before, you know, but since I've been making them, since we've been growing them, they've been real tender, real good, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So add that little turkey leg in there, the little spices, the garlic, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get these collards in here. So I think I'm gonna do, maybe 3. I think 2 for us and 1 for the turtles, because they eat some, like a whole big old leaf a day. So yeah, let's go ahead and do 3 of those, and then we're gonna do 2 lacinato kales and 2 curly kales, and then this whole tray right here is gonna be broccoli, because we want to make sure we're succession planting the broccoli to be able to get maximum heads out of them. Of course, they get to do like the broccoli offshoots and everything, but we definitely want to make sure that we got, you know, actual heads, you know what I'm saying, growing. Okay, so here we go. This is the collard. Hold on, is this the one that ain't had no seeds in it? Yes. It was one of these packs I got. Should have took it back. I only had like 3 seeds up in there. So I'm like, child, what is y'all doing? I should have been shaking. Make sure y'all shake y'all packs whenever y'all get them from the store. Alright. So since we doing 3 cups of collards, too late, so I gotta get ready for work. So what we're gonna do now, since we got the romaine and also the butter crunch planted, and also those 2 cabbage heads along with the tomatoes and all that stuff, we're gonna go ahead and use this good old worm casting compost tea that we had added the fish water to, so we get the extra nutrients and stuff. And then we're gonna get these plants watered. Okay, so we will be watering these that are over here in the raised beds, also the blueberries, also the blackberries and the tomatoes, and a couple of the other plants. Okay, and then we also have more, so we can get to that later, but I'm just going to show you the ones that we planted in this particular video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. To water our tomatoes right here. As you can see, I already refilled the compost seeds. The only thing I didn't put in here was the fish fertilizer, so I may just add, since I got to do a whole water change with the fish tank, I may just, you know, take that water and just dump it on here as well, and just go from there. Okay, but right now we're gonna put the worm casting and the rainwater onto our newly planted tomatoes here. Hopefully we can get some good bloom action. I've been looking for this. And also our cucumbers over here, Miss Merlin. We're gonna go ahead and give her a little bit of time. Also, we're gonna go ahead and get into the sugar cane and get them some of the good worm casting compost tea / rainwater. All right, so listen, that's it, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for tuning in. Delvin and I will appreciate him being the cameraman today. And like I say, it's been good to go out here. We're gonna make sure those brassicas get to going and flowing over there. Also, the romaine lettuce and the butter crunch, get that going. We're gonna keep an eye on our peppers over here that we planted as well as all the fruit trees that we did in the other video. Okay, just know that we love you all. Love you all. If you have not, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. If you have not, go ahead and, you know, get all the way to all the dang on videos, okay? And we love you all. Bye.